Out in the Southern California desert, there's a place that I heard of called the Slab City. And I went ahead and decided to spend 4 or 5 days out there welding, meeting new people, and just taking it all in. This is my story. Let's go see what Slab City's all about. It is what it is. So maybe I'll be able to weld on this today here, get some work done. And it's Friday, so who knows what happens here on Friday. First thing you notice about Slab City is just the piles and piles of garbage everywhere. And there's no trash service, there's no sewage, there's no services of any kind. These are squatters in the California desert. It's the freest place on earth, but it's also by far the dirtiest. Driving around, I was able to find a nice concrete slab because everywhere there was sand, and I needed somewhere solid to put my jack stands and have a place to put my generator for the car wouldn't sink and topple on me while I was trying to do some welding. And this was the perfect spot. It was somebody built up a ramp. I guess they'd parked an RV or a truck there years ago, and now it's just flat slab and the perfect place to work for me. To make the car stronger and to have less fumes up in here, I shaped this piece of metal. I haven't welded it yet. I'm trying to get all the tar off so I can weld it. I'll need a new piece here. I already ordered some rocker panels, so those are coming. And then after I do the rocker panels, I'll do this. This is off a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, oh, actually, come to think of it, it's not off. I just need to cut a little. Anyways, so when you cut like I did, you wind up with a gap, and you have to seal that gap with something. But if you weld it together, weld it to this, weld it to here, all around, then it's going to be a lot stronger. So, and doing some measuring on the struts for that thing I'm going to build. Probably going to be later on though. I got a lot going on. I'm going to build the front struts first. Now, that is nasty, nasty, nasty. Trying to weld with tar is, it's next to impossible, really. I'm going to replace that section right here. And I'm going to do some work on that section. So that I left kind of open. But, oh boy. Yeah. Chasing holes, trying to get everything in line up. Solid though, works good. I'm gonna paint it real quick so it doesn't rust and put the flare on. So I've had a bit of a look around. I met some people, and not too bad a place. No, it's got some characters, and it is a huge pile of garbage. But the flip side of that coin is, here I am in my Datsun. I got my generator, got my welder, and I can weld in peace for days on end. And out here, in this particular group of individuals, it's a mix of people. We got the Trustafarians, you know, just those guys. We got the mooches. We got those guys. We got just the ultra poor. We got plenty of them. It's you name it, it exists here. So I don't really stand out. I got no place else to go. In fact, there's a lot of these people don't either. So this is exactly what Slab City's all about. So just do my thing. They do their thing. And that's what it's all about here. So far, you know, I've only been here for one night.
Giving a heart to grow. Giving a heart. Heaven for precious in the gold you wear. What a thanks. 11:59. The last minute, but it doesn't give seconds. You guys better news with you assholes. Because your family. Thank you for being here. You can be anywhere else. Where you at? The Slab City! And if you're here ironically, we forgive you. Welcome to your home. Thanks for the good potluck. Thanks for the good show. Where we at? Is it yours now? Has the Falls Rock no zeros? All right, guys, 2018. He gets unplugged.
Alright, well, that's it for tonight. It is now officially 2018. Tomorrow, New Year's Day, I'm going to have some work to do, and Jeff's probably going to help me, hopefully. So, this old Datsun. Getting some love. Well, I finished up the whole roll of wire that I had for that little welder, and so far so good, so I'm going to continue on. Alright, morning time. Slept alright. My neck kind of hurts because I just sat in the car. I didn't bring a tent, nothing. There's no point. I don't really know if anybody lives there or what's going on. Don't care. But this is perfect. I mean, it's like a garage, just no walls or ceiling. I mean, I don't need those. Desert's pretty warm. There's a busted up, burnt down Land Rover over there. I truly enjoyed the concert. You guys really should come out one of these days. They have music every Saturday here. It's pretty cool. Now I'm gonna go get Jeff and we're gonna get cracking on this thing. Man, I can't believe how perfect this slab is for... Oh look, a monkey's fist. Just all kinds of crazy. Alright. Jeff was a guy I'd met earlier, and he looked like he could use the work, and so I asked if he wanted to help me out for a day, and he did, and we spent the better part of the day welding on some of his bicycle frames that he'd brought over, and then the rest of the day welding on my exhaust, because I was sick and tired of breathing fumes, but we made good use of the time we had, and my new concrete slab, which was better than the first one. Second day, Jeff wasn't anywhere to be found, so I went over and saw him. He was feeling a little under the weather, so I left him be and went and enjoyed some of the arts and some of the sightseeing that attracts people to this place. It was actually, some of it was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Got some industrial art. Aircraft, not something you see in everybody's backyard, that's for sure. Old VW buggy with a Pinto 4-cylinder motor in there. Let's see the rest of it. Just trying to help Jeff out a little bit today, but he's preoccupied with his girlfriend who something or another to do with heroin. Anyways, can only help people who are willing to help themselves. I got my own problems. Good guy, Jeff, by the way. Say, you know, for an art car, that's really neat. Truck chassis with pallets screwed to it. Big old pirate ship. VW. Shortened one from the 70s. This one's an older model. There's an old Westphalia. First Church of the Chocolate Martini. It was actually done pretty recently if you pay attention to the pennies. 1980, 1999 is the newest one I found. So obviously it's not like pennies traveled back in time. This is done in the early 2000s, probably. That's pretty cool. All right. Slab City. Definitely an interesting spot, that's for sure. I actually really like this piece. It's an elephant man or something. Yeah, this is just junk. House is kind of neat. Yeah, that's the extent of it. All right. Late 40s, early 50s pickup truck. Turned into art. There's an even older truck. I don't know, personally. I mean, this attracts tourists and all, but if it was on the road, now that to me would be art. What is this? It's a white something. I don't even know what model this is, but this is cool. It's definitely older than the first one. There's Salvation Mountain. Fellow that did this recently passed away, but he landed here in a hot air balloon that wouldn't go no more. And thousands of gallons of paint later, we had this. View from the top.
You know how to make buzz fly. Yeah!
Falling in style. Is that how it goes?
Don't throw it.
He's falling in style.
Don't throw it.
Slab City down yonder. And all of its interesting people.
That's gonna bounce.
That's pretty cool. I've always wanted one of those. Ultralight flight without any kind of paperwork. Maybe I'll weld one together. It looks like a trike with a regular wing. Say what you will, but I think that's a few $1,000s well spent. Better than drugs anyway. All right, morning time. Time to unpack the Datsun and do it all again. Day 2. Again. What is this? Day 4, really. Started off with a modest ramen noodle breakfast and got to working. I actually did quite a bit that day. Jeff was nowhere to be found. He showed up a little bit later when I was leaving. Gave him the rest of my food and whatever I didn't need, and I went back home to San Diego to my family. But got a lot of welding done while I was there. Guys, if you can, do me a favor. There's a link below for champion spark plugs. Search for a champion contest. I am in the garage category, and I have my 69 Dodge Charger posted there. So if you can, hit the link and vote every day starting January 5th for a month, so that I can come in first place and that I can put my 69 Charger on the road. Because I can't do it without you guys' help, and frankly, I don't want your money. But your votes would really help me out. So guys, please, if you can, hit it up and help me keep this hackery on the road. That is an entire gob of filler. One of many pieces that were there in that particular corner. It followed the factory shape, not at all. So there it is. Flux core welder, try to keep the tar out of it. So there was a giant hole there. See, the toe panel is where it's supposed to be. Still plenty of rust though. I got rockers coming in the mail, so that's next. Still got to fix that hole eventually. But let me show you what the other side looks like, which is what this side looked like. Yeah, that giant hole. When I said the Datsun's about to fold in half, I wasn't kidding. Oh, and this is what my driver's side floor looks like, which is exactly what my passenger floor looked like. So one of these days I'm gonna fix that as well. It's never ending. But my stay in Slab City has come to an end. I've met some cool people. I've met some interesting people, I guess, is how I put it nicely. But I do sincerely hope for the best for everyone. And I am on my way back to see baby Luke and Evelyn and everybody else, and one step closer to getting this thing ready to race. And with this, I bid farewell to Slab City. Until next time.